Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the Book.
How do you like their match?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
It is the mean, lean fighting machine known as the Bostonian versus the Book on the hunt for Banner 18. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome into a Roll Call Friday. If you don't like the Celtics, you're not going to like this show today. Dave Sherapan, Matt Perrault. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. We are live on our X Twitter handle. Same one, replayed on Sports Grid TV. We're going to see a whole lot of us tonight, live for the game, and on Sirius XM channel 159. Are you ready, Dave? Are you ready for a whole lot of Celtics talk with me today?
No, I'm really not. I don't think anyone else is. But if you are, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right off at the top. Yeah, it's 3-0. I was going to come into Maverick stuff for the Texas people, but instead had to see a guy about a thing this morning. Our guy, Big Business, you guys know him in the chat. He's here all the time. He's here in Vegas and signed up for the contest, Brigade Proxy Service Business. From there downtown, shot over to the MGM where our friend Scott Farrell and Big Mafia, Brian Ciano, doing the show on Sports Grid. They're live there. Got to say hello, big hug. Got to stand on my tippy toes like this. You saw the picture on the Twitter at Sports BK and say, Mafia's standing up tall and straight like somebody's holding a gun behind him. You're right. But it was good to see those boys. And then I was like, all right, we got to go. Got to go home and do the show because Perrault's going to sit here and talk about the Celtics. No, we got other things.
We do.
On the
we
run.
do, but we got to get it out of the way right at
Give it to the people.
You made mention that we were headed down to be at Circa Sports for the Brigade Proxy Service. It's not an NFL story, but it might as well be an NFL story as we are going to be at Circa quite a bit. We're going back there today at 2:00. We're running that down. We are there in the morning. We're there in the afternoon. In between, we're doing this show, and then we're coming back and doing Sports Grid TV at night. It is a really, really busy Friday. Like, we are going to be all over the place, running around like crazy today. But it's great to see Big Business. Get him signed up with the Brigade Proxy Service. If you would like to do the same exact thing, it's very easy to do. You can just text us at 702-570-8255, or you just go to the website, thebvbshow.com. Tell us you want to be a part of this. Say, hey, I'm coming to town. If you don't yet know what we are talking about for all of this, well, it's pretty easy to sign up. It's pretty fun to sign up with us because, well, all year you'll be with us and you'll be competing for big prizes. $16 million up for grabs. $6 million guaranteed for the million. 10 at least for Survivor. You must be here in person, however, to sign up to be a part of it. That's the one hook. You got to get here to meet us. And you get a picture. And you might even get on the show like our friend Big Business did this morning.
Fantastic stuff. Great to meet the wives, too, of the guys that come, you know, the significant others, the brothers, the sisters, whoever you come to Vegas with, we get a little bit of reflection. Sorry, D Stout. Matt just woke up my kid who's riding with me. There goes my afternoon. This is the best part about this. Like, we meet you guys, and I absolutely love it. I'm driving down, and I get a picture of Bonvi out, you know, fixing roads up in Ottawa. He said it's 95 degrees. He's wearing his hard hat. He looks a little mad because Edmonton lost. Sorry, Bonvi. Edmonton's done. That's toast. The Oilers would go. We'll get to that in a second. But we get to meet people who know us but don't directly listen to the show. Like Big Business's wife, and she's like, you know, we ride in the car. He's listening to you. You know, like I can't even – the other wife of the partner said, I don't even ride in the car with him. We work at the same place. We can't commute because all he wants to do is listen to football talk and Cowboys talk and all this other stuff. But you guys seem all right. And I was laughing. I was like, oh, wow, okay, good, nice to meet you. But the feedback you get is priceless. And we make these connections. So Texas to Pharrell and Ciano and stuff in Jersey and here. And we got roll call Friday in about 75 minutes. Golf. I mean, there's a lot going on. You called this the worst sports month of the year.
It is.
P-Roll. There's a lot of stuff happening.
There is, but it is the worst sports month. I just said one of them. June, July are both really bad. But Matty Lindemann will join us from WinBet in like 5-10 minutes. We'll talk some College World Series with him. He's big on the diamond for Omaha. We got Virginia and North Carolina battling in the first game. It's 1-1 there between those two teams in the ACC. It's kind of strange to see two teams that know each other pretty well playing in the College World Series. I wish my guy Rob Anderson, who is the head statistician, Mr. Everything for Creighton basketball, but he's also the head of all of the stats for the College World Series. He's been that for a very long time. Figured it out. Sixth time in the last 7 years, the first game of the College World Series has had a Yerfie. I said, Rob, next time, that's information you tell us before the game, not after the game. Because betting the Yerfie would have been a good play today for North Carolina and Virginia. North Carolina scored in the first innings to cash that Yerfie there in that game. I said, so next time, mark that down. First game of the College World Series, first inning run, 6 of the last 7 years that has happened. So if you like betting trends, you can jump with that.
There you go.
So we'll do college baseball with Maddie coming up here in a couple of minutes. Yep. Round 2 update at the U.S. Open. Patrick Cantlay is 1 under on the day. He is through 6. He leads it at 6 under par. Ludwig Aberg, equally 6 under. He is 2 under on the day. He shot 66 yesterday, so he's off to a good start. Rory, which everyone jumped on after his 65 yesterday, tying the low round, is kicking it around right now. He shot a 2 over par, 72 in round number 2. He's at 3 under par. He's done for the day. If you look at course shot right now, Hideki Matsuyama is 4 under. He shot a 66 today. That's the low round in the clubhouse at the moment. We have 4 67s, a couple of 68s, a bunch of 69s, and the course is doing what I thought it would do. It's getting more and more difficult. The cut line, in case you are curious for such a thing, right now being projected at 3 over par.
Okay.
That will be bad news for guys who are, Victor Hovland, 6 over par. He will not play the weekend. Adam Hadwin, the guy from Canada, he is 6 over, 2 over on the day. He's trying to make the cut. Will Zalatoris is 6 over. He's 1 over on the day. I thought Willie Z was a good shot to make top 10. He's not going to play the weekend unless he has a ferocious turnaround to his round. The other names that people are looking for, obviously, like, can Tiger make the cut? He's at 4 over. So he is through 7 even par. So 1 birdie for Tiger. He will make the cut. Keegan Bradley's at 4 over par as well. Webb Simpson's at 4 over par. Justin Rose at 4 over par. So we could see the cut line slide down. Tommy Fleetwood's at 5 over par. So we'll see how that goes. But there's a chance that the cut line will be 4 over and Tiger might play the weekend. Phil, you can just kind of forget about it. Mickelson's not playing the weekend. Phil was 9 over to start the round today. Where is Phil? He's 9 over still, playing the 4th hole for him or 5th hole for him. So he will need a remarkable round today for him to make the weekend for both Tiger and Phil. So U.S. Open talk with that. Maddie's here. Want to talk some baseball?
Is he ready to go? Is he all shined up?
He's always ready.
Ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Baby.
He's always
Here
ready.
we go.
Matty Lindemann from WinBet joining here on the Post Tony versus the Book. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while, sir. First and foremost, you're looking good, feeling good. Good to see you. Kentucky's in the College World Series. Are you excited about this? I mean, seriously, dude, this is your squad.
It's unbelievable. First time in program history. Yeah, it's really exciting. They kind of funny story. My dad went to the Super Regionals last week, got there an hour and a half early, and apparently people have been lined up since 3 p.m., 6 hours before the game. It was standing room only, so he left. He was upset. He got there an hour and a half early and had to stand. I mean, it is madness. I'm assuming that they're going to have a huge contingent in Omaha based on what I saw the last 2 weekends. I think everybody's –
Are they going to win that Jello shot thing? Like
No.
I saw you talking about that.
No. So I would have made them the favorite if I knew that they were going to get to that final matchup. If you get to that final best of three, Kentucky's going to win if they're in that. But I don't know if they're the favorite to get out of their side of the bracket. So I think Tennessee is going to be in the mix. I don't think Tennessee wants to lose to Kentucky. Those fans have been out there a few times now. They know where Rocco's is. They know where to go, what to do. So it's going to be interesting. But I'm pretty sure an SEC team is going to take down the crown. I'd say that much.
Yeah, but don't sleep on Carolina. If they get there, they had the early lead. It's for them in Tennessee had the early lead as of this morning. I think it was 601 for North Carolina and like 594 for Tennessee. So we're already kind of close there on the Jello shots. Maddie, this is not you guys. I apologize, but this is a different sports books odds. But you guys, I'm assuming, are pretty similar at WinBet. What do you make of this? Because this is all SEC and ACC, so these teams know each other. The brackets are a little bit funky because, well, the number one team is playing a bunch of ACC teams, not SEC teams, in Tennessee. Vols are the odds-on favorite. You guys are the third choice at this book for Kentucky, but who do you like to win this thing?
I think you've got to give the edge to Tennessee. Honestly, I think everything's priced about right. It's hard to really recommend a side. I think Tennessee is slightly above everyone else, and then you probably have A&M 2, Kentucky 3, and then North Carolina's in the mix. But even the long shots, Virginia, a great team. They played well all year. They probably have the best offense in Omaha. And Florida, has a ton of talent. They were a team that was expected to do well preseason. They go to Omaha almost every year. So, they're a team that's peaking at the right time. So it's going to be a really interesting week or so. I think any of these teams could make a run.
That's funny because nobody's mentioning Florida State, and that's the one that I've gotten from a couple people. So just keep that on the radar in case that comes across the ticker. Anybody
right.
shoots you one of those, just be aware that may be one of those wise guy sharp plays, Maddie. So what's it like right now in the book in June? I've told people it's tough sometimes because it's a little slow and you're looking at stuff. And then, the show's called Bostonian versus the book. And I don't know if you've heard, but the Celtics are up 3-0. And
I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do you book the game tonight? Like, what are you playing defense? Are you like, please just end? I'm tired of this stuff. Like, I try to tell people that it's a different type of, once it's 3-0, it's like even bettors are fatigued by this, aren't they?
Yeah, it's interesting. Game 3, we actually needed the Celtics, as amazing as that is.
How great is that? That's
crazy.
Great.
For some reason, I know the smaller bettors are going to just play the Celtics for 20, 50, 100 or whatever, but the guys who bet a little more money really buy into the narrative of a team coming home down 0-2 and they're going to play lights out game 3. We saw it with the Oilers last night too. We took a ton of Oilers money last night. So it's funny. We needed Celtics game 3 and it ended up being really good, but now we're back on. We definitely need the Mavs tonight because everyone wants to get that memento ticket. They want to have that bet on the Celtics to win it all. So, it's definitely swung back. We're going to be rooting for Mavs. And honestly, I just want them to win. Yeah, I know they're not going to win the series, but I just want to take more handle. I want to get a couple more games out of this, to have a shot at, winning something big. So, it's not going to be that big of a nightmare with the Celtics. I think, in terms of futures, mostly because they were almost unbettable all year. Once you get below 3-1, people really lose interest in booking or betting a future on the team. So, when they've been like minus 140 to start the playoffs or whatever it was to win the East, like no one is interested in that. So it's not nearly as much damage as it would have been last year if they had won it all.
Do you think everyone's betting the Mavs because of Scott Foster being the referee for this game tonight? Are you guys hearing that narrative at all? Because I think it's a bunch of baloney. He was the referee in game 4 of the Indiana game against Boston. A lot of good it did Indiana, but is the quote extender in play tonight?
I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there might be somebody that shows up late and wants to bet Mavs. The same people that bet game 3 might be trying to come back for more. But, all we've seen so far is Celtics money. So it's kind of funny. We've actually needed under for more in each of the games than we've needed the side. I think there's something about a low NBA total. When you put something up that's in the 210s, 200s, they want to bet over that low number. So we've actually done really well in all the games staying under. And again, tonight we needed to stay under. So
how did that work out for the bettors?
Yeah, it's been a tough series for over bettors. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got the over-under T-shirt on. It just happens. Sometimes the jerseys and the hats pick themselves sometimes. And I wore it today, and I was laughing because the story of the night really is the total, but also the MVP. Like people it's Tatum. It was Tatum. It was Tatum. And then for a day, it was Porzingis. For another day, it was Holiday. And ain't nobody betting Brown. And Jaylen Brown is now the favorite, and it's clear. It's one of those situations where, as the book, you just put it up and let people bet it. What's it like taking the MVP bets? I tell people all the time, Matt, it's different. It's not like the game. How do you do that?
We just haven't had as much handle as you would expect. I think with being OTC only and not having the app, you maybe just don't have people coming in specifically looking to bet that. So honestly,
I'd say handle on the hockey this year.
Boston?
Well, no, it just died off
in Boston.
All right. I was just hoping the hockey handle was boosted because we were a hockey show. We talk about the hockey. We're talking about people betting Edmonton last night, but the hockey handle's not good either. That stinks.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think there's some interest in the Panthers just because they're an East Coast team, and they've kind of handled the Bruins the last couple of years. So there's been some support, and the hockey handle isn't terrible or anything. It's just not quite what you're getting with the Celtics in the finals. So our big days are when the Celtics are playing a finals game or playoff game, and it's a little bit slower whenever there's a Stanley Cup game, and really, really slow when there's nothing going on. So we're going to be facing that here in the next couple months.
Right.
What about Red Sox Yankees tonight, though? No, got a little extra.
Yeah, I think it would help if the Red Sox were a little more competitive they're not a bad baseball team, but they need to be in a playoff contention need to be in playoff contention for them to really take an interest. But I will say, they do have interest in the Red Sox games. They have no interest in the college baseball. They don't bet it at all.
No.
So it's one of those things. I guess it's a regional.
I didn't know where Omaha was till the Counting Crows made a song about it. Then I was like, oh, where's that? And I lived there for 5 years. So I ended up living there. So, that's how the world works.
That's why.
Matty, I know you're a baseball guy, and I've been making a case. The Skeens thing is pretty exciting, and the Pirates are back. They're bringing sexy back to Pittsburgh. It's nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me. But the NL Central is a very interesting division. And we went to Chicago. We did a show from a bar called Over Under in Wrigley. We got a lot of people in Chicago watching. We got people in Milwaukee watching. This Reds team got hot a little bit. They've been okay. Who, in your opinion, is going to win the NL Central? And can they get more than one team in the playoffs this year, the way the playoff structure is set up?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Brewers have really separated themselves in the last week or so, right? Yeah, I think they were out to a 7-game lead when I looked the other day.
Yeah,
I got to say, the Brewers organization, it's not sexy. You don't understand when you look at the roster most years. They're pretty much the National League version of the Rays. You look at the roster each year, you're like, I don't know how this team's going to go to the playoffs. And then they just wipe the floor with the other 4 teams in the division. So, I can't take any credit away from the Brewers until we have reason to, see otherwise. But I think what's going to be interesting is apparently the White Sox are going to start their fire sale here soon. So which of these Central teams is going to go try to get Luis Robert from them? I saw someone say that if he went to the Reds, that would be a juggernaut pickup for them in that ballpark. So if the Reds can get him or the Cubs get him, they're certainly going to be a lot better. Cardinals, I don't know if the Cardinals are in the mix. I don't know if the Pirates are planning on buying at the deadline or what they're doing, but it's a wild debate. I'm glad that both Central divisions are much more competitive than they've been in recent years.
What's not competitive is the White Sox. Can you explain what it's like to go to work every day and need a team that you're drawing dead with pretty much every day? You hope they cover on the run line, and you hope they can win 2 games a week, maybe 3, because you're a total defenseless. It's in every parlay against. It's in the run line. Isn't it? It's brutal to go in and do that all summer, isn't it?
Yeah, we try to tell the guys, even if you can't necessarily see it, you got to trust that this side, whoever's playing White Sox, whoever's playing the A's, well, not the A's as much this year, but, whoever's playing those bad teams, it's going to be in every parlay. So you've got to follow the move up. If you take a bet plus 198 or whatever, fine. You can go back to market and just let it pile up again. So it's really not too hard. It's a bummer when I come in the afternoon and we're at 210 when everybody's at 225, 230, and you're like, it probably shouldn't be there. But it happens, you fall asleep sometimes and miss a move. So, but no, the baseball market this year is just stagnant compared to anything I've seen in the past. It seems like whoever's opening the numbers is doing a great job because there's just not the movement that I'm used to seeing, especially, 2-3 hours before first pitch. Like, it just sits there all day. So it's tough to beat MLB right now.
Are the Dodgers going to be the team that after we get past the trade deadline that everyone's looking to bet? Like, are you guys seeing a lot of action on the Dodgers? Because they've been relatively quiet. I know they're in first place by 6 games and they're, 14 games over 500, but this is supposed to be a 110, 115 win baseball team. They're good, but they're not great.
Yeah, I think they're just bored. They're like one of those college teams that returns everyone after winning the national championship. And I know they didn't win the World Series last year,
right?
But they're just sleepwalking through this, knowing that, they've blown a few series in October in the prior 2 years. The regular season doesn't really matter. And it's funny. I went to see them play in Cincy, and they just completely didn't show up for that series in Cincinnati. Got swept by the Reds on the road. So, I think they're going to maybe start to, show a little more interest and try a little more as we get closer to the postseason. But honestly, no one in Boston really cares about betting the Dodgers. I think if they're going to bet a front runner, they're going to come in and bet the Yankees. So we don't see a ton of Dodgers money. I wouldn't say that at all.
All right, we've gotten through all this other bullshit in sports and things like this. Everybody wants to know what's going on inside your head for college football. That's what we need to know. You're working on stuff. I know you're looking at games, and I know you're looking at matchups. Give the people something, maybe 1 or 2 things to look at going forward, because we've been talking about it. We've had, people that work with athletic directors. Penn State and UCLA and USC are now both Big Ten foes. It's going to be different.
Nuts.
It's going to be very hard, I think, and it's going to, be different for both sides of the counter. But what's going on inside that head right now? What are you looking at? I know you're working on something.
Well, yeah, I'm getting caught up. I know that Circa is going to put out the games of the year tomorrow, so I'm trying to get ready for that. So I went through, just highlighted every team that they had listed and did those teams. I skipped over Northwestern, skipped over Vandy, didn't have to do those teams necessarily, but got ready for the teams that they do have. And, the most interesting thing I've seen over the last 3 days looking at it is this Miami Hurricanes team. I feel like, the coaching is very questionable. I know that last year they lost a game to Georgia Tech. That's still fresh in everybody's minds. It's the most inexcusable loss we've ever seen. But they've had to listen to people talk about that for 9 months now, and they return almost everyone. They bring in Cam Ward from Washington State, who I think is a huge upgrade at quarterback. There's a lot to like about this Miami team. So I'm going to be really interested to see, how they are respected in the markets. I looked, and I think FanDuel had a games of the year up, or week 1 up already, and the number was pretty much right on against Florida. But I think this Miami team is going to be really interesting. So that's the only team that really jumped off the page at me so far. But yeah, I still got a lot of work to do. I haven't looked at any of the group of 5, and some of those lower level power teams I still got to work on. So yeah, I think Phil Steele just came out a few days ago. So it's really tough to do anything until you can look at that. So I'm excited to see what they put out tomorrow.
I'm with you. I take on vacation in July. I always take time off in July. I get my Phil Steele. I go to the beach and I just read it, and I go through everything, and then I come out of there and I feel like I'm ready to go once we get the camps opening up in later July. But the conference realignment story, how much is that going to factor into your handicap and line making, for that matter, when you look at the first time trips, like when Indiana plays against UCLA? We got some weird conference matchups coming this year that we've never seen before.
I think there's going to be so much talk about the travel when UCLA has to go play at Rutgers, USC has to go. It's going to be factored into the number. You're not going to have any type of edge on betting against USC in a noon Eastern game. It's just not going to happen. So I don't think that's going to have a huge effect, but I do think you could argue that there will be a bigger home field for some of these home games with new conference members coming in. Like when Texas goes to some of these schools in the SEC or Oklahoma, they're going to be fired up to host them for the first time. So I think you're going to see a little bit more home field in the games. And one thing I'm noticing is that there's really, with the NIL and transfer portal, there's becoming a bigger gap between the elite schools and the mid-tier schools. The teams that win 6, 7, 8 games, they are not as competitive with the 9, 10 win teams as they were, 5 years ago, because all these good players are funneling up to the good schools, the elite schools, and all the guys that can't hack it end up down in, these lower power schools or group of 5. So there's a bigger gap this year. I think we're going to see, some pretty lopsided scores, moving forward.
And last one from me, sir, before we let you go and get back to work on those games of the year numbers and all that other stuff. And you text me later, and I'll meet you down there tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. The odds to win the championship in college football. There's a lot of teams listed. You just said it. Realistically, what do you think? Like 8 can realistically win it with the way the structure is now? There's going to be home playoff games and all this other nonsense. We're going to have football every single day from December 17th until January 20th. It's extended out another week. Everything is different, but isn't it just a limited number of teams that can realistically win it?
It honestly is a little bit bigger than it used to be. I think you could, say that Oregon's moved into that elite tier, that they're in the conversation just about every year now they bring back like almost everyone. They crush in the transfer portal, obviously, with NIL and all that. So I think Oregon's certainly in the mix. Ohio State's always going to be in the mix. Georgia. We're going to see about Alabama. I don't know exactly what to expect with all the turnover they've got. But I think that there's going to be just a ton of interest in betting the futures. I think with the playoff, and a lot of bettors are going to be thinking, I just got to get a team in there, and then I can maybe hedge or start to earn to it if they get into the playoff. I think the handle is going to be outrageous compared to what we've seen in past years, where you only have like 2 or 3 teams that really look like they have a shot. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes, and I think honestly, it's going to be really interesting to see if people put up yes nos to make the playoff. That's going to be a really popular market, because I know that if I'm a Kentucky fan, I feel like we got a shot to sneak in at 11 or 12. I want to throw a flyer on 10-1 or 15-1 on them to make the playoff, and that's something to root for all year. So I'm curious to see who puts that.
Would you put Penn State on that list? Would you put Penn State on that list?
Yeah. Oh, the national title list and that.
No, don't say it. No. I know, not national title. Just to make the playoff. Just make the playoff.
They're honestly one of the probably biggest beneficiaries, I think, of the switch, because they are almost always in the 5 to 12 range. So they're going to go from being just on the outside every year to, I would honestly be disappointed if they don't make it most years. I think that they're, So things are looking up in that regard. They just got to find a way to knock off those, elite teams, because they haven't really been able to do it in the Big Ten.
So I'm not going to hold you to this, but we'll get you out of here on this. Penn State's at West Virginia. Penn State's already double-digit favorites. Drew Aller and company. They haven't played. They haven't gone south to West Virginia in Morgantown in forever. Home dog? We got a home dog live in that game?
I haven't looked at West Virginia yet. I don't think there were any games of the year that involved West Virginia. I haven't gotten to it.
West Virginia sponsorship. Thanks, Manny.
That's the 31st of August. That's game one for Penn State in West Virginia. And Dave's all jacked up and excited about potentially going to that game. So
talking about big home field, that place is going to, that's like 4.5 points home field right there. That place is going to be nuts for that. So
damn right.
Boy. Matty, thank you, man. Great to see you.
Thank you, sir.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Yep, let's do it again soon.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
Matty Lindemann from WinBet joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book.
Kid.
Let's hold on. Wait, let me get everything switched around, and there we go on this. Great to get him on the program.
You can't imagine what he's doing. Like when he says like he's doing stuff, getting ready for a release of games of the year, he's loading up. There'll be a big satchel, and he'll have plays, and he'll, move numbers, and he's doing work. I mean, I don't want to say it's a young man's game, but he was ahead of his time. I will never forget when he showed up to work, and we were like, wait, you're from where? Yeah, I went to Kentucky. And he has a little drawl, and I love that kid. I've been friends with him for a long, long time. And I really, really hope whatever happens with their next iteration, he's going to be fine. But, he's doing work on college football.
I can't wait. It's going to be a tremendous, really fun season. As I mentioned, the Penn State at West Virginia game. That opening weekend, we start football on August 24th. It's crazy. Actual Florida State at Georgia Tech is a noon Eastern time kick on Saturday, August 24th, week 0. Like we got a real game. We got Thursday, Howard's at Rutgers. That game's on the Big Ten Network. But we've got a whole list of games on Thursday, August 29th, which, there's a ton of games involving power conference schools. North Carolina is at Minnesota in that game. A little ACC Big Ten matchup at night.
What an odd matchup that is.
Right, non-conference start. We have Friday night football. We have TCU at Stanford. We have Florida Atlantic at Michigan State. And then we go into like Western Michigan, Wisconsin on Friday. Then Saturday is a completely monster slate of games to look at and bet on. And Penn State, West Virginia is one of the big ones. That's one of like the big marquee games. Clemson's at Georgia. That's another monster game that people will be talking about for the 31st. So there's just, I mean, college football is not far away at all. UNLV opens at Houston. What's the score of that game? 75-70? That's nuts.
Not even kidding. The breakfast that I had the other day with one of the guys that does stuff in the business said that UNLV season win over.
Yeah.
They're primed and ready for a really good season. They're deep.
Because the kid they lost, the quarterback who left, the kid they got behind him, they're really high on the quarterback spot. They're really high on the kid.
And yeah, it's wow. It's really interesting. What's the score of that game? A lot. Over?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot of points. Yes. A lot of points to a lot of points. That's crazy. I mean, UCLA plays at Hawaii. It's a 4:30 Eastern time start. Who missed the memo? You put Hawaii games at night. That's the end of the game. It's the end of the day. That's the get right spot. You don't put that during the day.
The game at Hawaii starts at 4:30 Pacific?
Yeah. Day game over there.
Oh, that's different.
Yep. Don't like it.
Wow.
1:30 kick daytime. Maybe they want the heat to wither UCLA in the sun.
Well, they have that little stadium too, right?
Little makes it. Yeah, it's a good
like
point.
A big high school stadium, essentially. So maybe they got who knows what. I don't know.
I mean, look,
UNLV is going to have a couple Friday games. We'll have to
5.
take the kids
Not
down
a couple. Not a couple. 5.
5 Friday home games?
No, 3 on the road, 2 at home.
Wow.
They play 5 games on Friday. People are not happy. They're not happy at all. It's bad for high school football here in the city. It's not good.
It kind of does overshadows it.
People aren't going to watch high school nearly as much. They're going to watch the UNLV. It stinks.
AOWN just came in the chat. I looked down. Penn State's minus 130 to make the playoffs at DK.
It's pretty good.
Lay it.
I mean, Drew Aller's got to play well, Dave. I mean, you have a quarterback with a big arm and a guy who sometimes doesn't know where the ball's going. So you got a good team.
Better to make the playoff and get whacked in the first round of it.
Yes.
Than not make the playoff at all and go to a bowl game.
Recruiting. Yes, it's important. All the kids want to do is make the playoff. Bowl games are irrelevant now. They're consolation prizes.
You get nice swag bags, though.
You do, but it's all about the playoffs. It's all about making the playoffs. So I
can't wait to see how that works out with the bowl games. Like, because you just said they're consolations. Well, if I have any sort of hurt injury, I ain't playing. If I'm gonna transfer, I ain't playing. Like it's gonna be so hard to make the lines and take bets and stuff on those games. It's gonna be a nightmare.
Kentucky plays at Texas this year. That's so weird in November.
Kentucky football at Texas.
Yeah. As a conference game.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, why would they play that? They're in the same conference.
It's a conference game.
Wow, that's going to be different.
Their non-conference, Kentucky's non-conference is Southern Miss, Murray State, and Louisville. Their conference games at home, they play a 3-game set to open the year. 4-game set at home. Ohio's in there too. Sorry. They play Southern Miss, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, all at home to start for Kentucky. If they were to open 4-0, like I'm not saying they're beating Georgia, but 4-0.
Georgia, what are you talking about?
Don't sleep on. I'm with Tyler. Don't sleep on Kentucky. Don't sleep on Kentucky. Telling you right now, that offense is going to be fun to watch.
Oh,
they're gonna put up points at Kentucky.
Damn.
I'm excited to watch Kentucky's offense.
Oh no.
See what they put up. Can their defense stop anybody? That would be the question, but they got a shot, and then they play on the road at Ole Miss as their first road game. I mean, just sign me up. I can't wait. I'm so excited for college football. It's get me through the next 2 months, please.
SEC Big Ten are going to be fantastic.
Fantastic. Every
Can't believe
damn
there's
weekend.
No more Pac-12, but like the Big 12, whatever they're going to call it, Bucky's Big 12. I vote. That's the vote. Bucky's Big 12. It'll be a
Boy,
monster.
we got a bunch of Bucky stuff that we just got from Big Business.
I know. Can't wait to wear it.
Wow. Bucky's Big 12.
Still have never been to a Bucky's.
There was one between Omaha and Kansas City. They stopped it every time. Always a midway point, halfway point. Just pull up into Bucky's, figure out what you're going to do with it. There's one in Texas they used to go to all the time.
Oh,
been to a bunch of Bucky's.
Put it in the chat, boys and girls, if you've ever been to a Bucky's, yes or no. Just curious. You think a lot of people have. I think a lot of people to watch the show have. We've probably been on while people been in Bucky's.
Let me think. I think if you ran a poll between have you been in Bucky's or Come and Go or
Wawa.
Nah, what's the other major one? And then what's the other shucks?
Wawa and Sheets is back east. That's a battle.
But those aren't like Bucky's. You're confusing. Convenience store. Bucky's is not a convenience store. Bucky's is an absolute mecca of everything.
That's what Wawa's have become, and same with Sheets.
Not really.
You can have
I'm telling you,
and stuff in
you
there.
can't take a shower at a Wawa, Dave.
Well, I mean, you could, but it's not that kind of shower. You know,
Bucky's is a full blown like truck stop mall. Like everything is there. Like everything.
Showers,
food, showers, everything is there. It's the most insane place. Like it's always in like the middle of nowhere. And like it just has a big sign that says like Bucky's 25 miles away. And all Pilot is the other one. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Edison.
Right.
Pilot's the other one.
/ Flying J.
Yeah, that's the other one. That's monster. There's a bunch of those between. Love's truck stops are good too. Did you? That's true. There's a lot of one in the Midwest.
Metro Mart. Thank you, AOWN.
So yeah, Bucky's is a very unique place to say the least. All right, what happened last night? Panthers go up 3-0 on the Oilers, 4-3 win. As you mentioned, Dave, if a game was going to go over, that was the game that was going to go over. I missed on that. Is Florida just that much better, or is that loss on Skinner last night?
The one goal was on Skinner. When he went behind the net and he didn't get back out in front. It swung. It didn't have to swing the whole momentum of the game, but it did. Because Florida went ahead 2-1, then scored again, and then scored again. And I said, I was on last night with Ranieri. I said, this is over. When it went 3-1, I said, it's done. And then they got a fourth goal. And I thought, okay, this really looks done. And then Edmonton scored again. And I thought, please, I mean, for the sake of content, you heard Maddie say it. Book guys, all you want is more games, more action, more anything. And they couldn't get another goal. Florida wins 4-3. Do we get a sweep? I'll ask you, do we get a sweep?
Yes.
I think both look like a sweep. I mean,
so in hockey, only 4 times has a team come back 0-3. It only happened one time in the Cup Finals in 1942, Toronto, when they actually won stuff over Detroit.
I remember 1975 when the Islanders did it against the Penguins. I was a young kid just starting to play hockey, diehard fan, watched it on TV and thought, how could they lose a game after being up 3-0? They lost 4. And that was so sad. Like, you want to talk about that gut-wrenching loss, donkey kick in the nuts as a kid. I was bummed out for a while, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening in hockey.
Oh,
it ain't happening in hockey.
Edmonton's winning game 4?
No. They ain't coming back.
Oh, no way. No. Double sweep. Only 2 times in history have the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals both ended in the same year in sweeps. In 1983, Philadelphia over the Lakers and the Islanders over the Oilers. And in 1995, Houston over Orlando and the Islanders against, the
Devils.
Devils. That's be
NJD,
not NJI. NJD over Detroit.
Yeah, that was a fun year.
How about this? We haven't had 3-0 since 1996. It's been a long time since we got here. The hockey in that year went to 6 games.
Okay.
But the 3-0 team won.
The Books need the Mavericks tonight, right?
Yep.
I hope for our sake, because we'll be on Sports Grid and it'll be fun. And I really do hope that you pull a Red Auerbach and everything on there. That would be amazing if they win and you can celebrate right there. Which one is if you look at the two, Boston's a 1-point favorite now. You heard Maddie, the books need Dallas. Which one is more likely to not be a sweep in your eyes?
Well, if Porzingis plays tonight, it's hockey.
There's a chance he's going to play.
Game time decision. Game time decision for Porzingis.
Really?
Yep.
My man wants on that court, huh? That's crazy talk. Why would he play? He don't need to play. Why would he play?
Sorry, Will. Because he wants to motherfuck Dallas.
Whoa!
That's why.
You went with the whole MFer at 41. At least you said it and gave Will the heads up, but bam!
That's why. You want to know why? That's why.
Right.
He said, I want to die. He says, I will die. Here's the problem with Porzingis playing, at least dressing for the game. If you bet his props thinking he's going to be typical Porzingis, if he plays 1 minute, every prop is live.
Yeah.
So the only thing you bet is under. As the only thing.
You woke everybody up with that, call right there with Will. What other thing can we do right now if you're listening, driving, or anything like this where you could shake somebody up as we talk about this right now?
Why do you want to wake people up? Why?
Wake them up. What do you mean? Just make sure they're listening. That's all.
People's kids are going to hate you. They really are.
Want to make sure Sarah Mello is paying attention. That's all. No, listen, this is going to be I really want the Celtics to win. I want to be done talking about it. I think Edmonton, they played them so good, and Skinner's right there. Where's Leon? We got to get a goal.
Points.
Get in there.
0 points.
Get in there. Connor skating all around. Hyman zipping around. They got secondary scoring. Over 30 minutes, first time all week. Good call, Will.
But that's why he wants to play. You want to know why is Porzingis playing? That's why he's going to play. Draisaitl and McDavid. Look, if you watch the games, Florida is just way better. Just way better than Edmonton. It's not fair. It's not a fair fight. Boston is just way better than the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's a matchup problem. You get to that point and you're like, all right, we're here, but we got to figure out. Got to have a career night, something Luka over prop, like all that other stuff. There's no
you can, but
way.
You can. All I know is this: I don't believe Kyrie Irving gets anywhere near the point total he got in Game 3. Boston's just going to lock him down. Let Luka score 100 points. They don't care. Let him go crazy.
Okay.
It's going to be about locking down Kyrie and locking down everybody else. 1-on-5. Luka, go get you. You're good. Go crazy.
You got any sneaky Hauser props or anything like that again?
Typical. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
well,
good.
The problem is I would get out, and I may get out of the Hauser prop if Porzingis is actually playing. Because that's whose minutes he takes. He doesn't take Horford's minutes.
Okay.
He takes both Pritchard and Hauser's minutes. He puts them because Boston plays big, not small. Okay. So if Porzingis is actually playing, it's like that bet's dead. I've already bet it over 1.5 made threes for Hauser because I'm with you. Why are you playing Porzingis? It makes no sense. Play him if you need him. Play him in Game 7. Let him rest all the way until Game 7, then play him if you have to.
I just play him at home in Game 5. If we got to go back to Boston, you're playing on Monday. I don't need you to play today. I know you want to play, but
you don't need to. Right.
So
I think he wants to be. I think he wants to be in uniform when they win.
Nothing like it.
I think he wants to be in uniform. He wants to be getting on the court. He wants playing time in Game 4. He wants the feel. He wants his name introduced. He wants to have it. And I think the Celtics are willing to give him that because he can walk. We've seen the guy can walk. So just get on the court and walk. Don't play. if they're up by 15 with 10 seconds to go or something, just put him on the court. And then he's in uniform. There's a picture of him when they celebrate. His hands are up, and he gets to feel what it's like to be in Dallas winning the championship.
Nick Tom just came in the chat. He's always, you guys are doing an unbelievable job just showing up every day in the show in the chat. He said Luka triple-double plus 410 looks good even if they lose.
Fair.
You think so?
Yeah. He scores 50, gives up 60.
CBW coming in over the top.
Agreed. Scores 50,
boy.
Gives up 60.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. No, you're not betting that. No. Telling you, one, it's a
FanDuel,
boost. Never bet that shit. Okay.
FanDuel boost today is 60 combined points for Luka and Kyrie. Chad, are we betting it? Be careful with those boosts, boys.
Kyrie's not scoring under 25.5 points, 24.5 points. Kyrie under. They're going to lock his ass up tonight.
With who?
Holiday, mostly.
Okay.
White, mostly. And JT or JB.
So Holiday scoring props under tonight again?
Maybe. I would be careful with
three.
I would be careful with the Holiday props just because he didn't shoot great in game 3. He may shoot better in game 4, but
right.
He had a lot of looks. He just missed a bunch of shots.
Right.
So,
and again, sometimes it's volume. You have to get the shots to get those props over. If he's getting the shots and missing them, that's one thing. If he's getting the shot or not getting the shots, it's another thing. So just be careful with that with the props.
fair. We want usage, as they say. Lots of usage. Chef Benny, I can't wait to drive to Dick's Sporting Goods to get my championship hat tonight. Send
me a picture, Chef B. Might be getting 2 or 3 of those.
That's tremendous.
Hook that up.
We're already going in. We're already planning the parade, huh? Okay. All right. More on Boston tonight in a little bit. Conor McGregor is out of UFC 303. We have a completely and totally new main event here. They're fighting against Prochazka for the light heavyweight championship of the world. They're trying to save this card. There's some decent fights on this, but how do you feel about Conor not being a part of this fight card now?
I'm bummed. I'm bummed out. Just like that clip that Gumpy uses and Diggs uses about the Pittsburgh guys. I'm bummed out. I was really hyped up. We got the credentials. We're going to go. I was excited that it's a massive event with him coming.
It's the event with him here. The event.
So now what? Like, does he fight ever again? You were hesitant on him fighting, period. I got to give you credit. You said, wow, this is pretty crazy that he's doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. But then you went on and you did say he may never really fight again. You did.
Kevin Aioli wrote a great piece. If you want to support local journalism or small journalism, kevinaioli.com. Kevin is on his own. He was let go from Yahoo Sports, and he's one of the premier combat sports writers of all time, both boxing and UFC. He penned a really interesting article last night saying Conor McGregor will never fight again. That's it. That they're trying to sell this as August, September. Both Conor and Michael Chandler wanted to fight at the Sphere when they do that over Mexican Independence Weekend in September. But the UFC said no. Said we already have the main card. They're going to honor the Mexican independence heritage of the weekend that normally here in Vegas. So they think Conor having an Irish fighter with Irish fight fans with the Mexican independence weekend, they're like, it's a bad look. It doesn't work. Right. So now it may be in August that they're thinking about having this fight. But what's the injury? See, the thing I keep on coming back to, I don't believe Conor's hurt. I think Conor just is not interested in being in the gym. I think Conor's partying. I think Conor's doing drugs. I think Conor is living his life and doesn't need to train. Doesn't need to get punched in the face by a guy who wants to rip his throat out.
Right.
I mean, Michael Chandler is the Mr. T of this, the Clubber Lang of this. Like, he's the guy sitting and waiting. And Conor is the washed up, rich Rocky who's going to walk into the ring and fight a guy who's really dangerous. And I don't think he really wants to. I don't think I would want to. The last time he fought was against Dustin Poirier. He snapped his leg. He left the octagon on a stretcher.
Oh, it was brutal.
Okay. He was carried out. So everyone's saying he doesn't want to go out like that. Okay, I get you don't want to go out like that, but like if you're 36 years old and you have multi-millions of dollars,
right,
you may not come out of that octagon the same ever again. Your leg's never going to be the same. You have a titanium rod in that leg that you snapped against Poirier. So now what are you going to do? You're going to go and fight Michael Chandler and maybe leave what else of your body in the octagon?
I can't see at this point, listening to you, listening to people that talk about this stuff. Kevin is tremendous. Like you said, go and find him on Twitter and support his site and whatever. But if he's saying it, I got to make that the favorite.
Oh, it's the favorite. There's no debate. He may prove everybody wrong. Conor has defied the odds for years. But as what Kevin wrote, I thought was really telling to remind people, what made Conor so different about his meteoric rise, Conor would do things in training that other people wouldn't do. He would hard spar all the time. He would bring in bigger and bigger guys. Conor manifested this idea of being a professional fighter. He was broke. He had no prospects. He came from, a rough part of Ireland. He came from nothing and was willing to die in the octagon. Literally. He was like, I'm here to fight and I will. When you're 36 years old and you have a wife and family and you have a ton of money, what is the point of going into the octagon like that against a Michael Chandler who wants to kill you? Like, I don't blame the guy, but like, he is such a talker. He's co-owner of his own promotion company. He doesn't need to fight anymore. Let guys fight. He makes money off of them. Be in the fight game like other people have been.
Right.
So I don't believe we'll see Conor fight ever again. I think, and I'm sad to say it because I love the guy, but I just think he's going to be.
Sometimes the way these things end isn't the storybook ending. Sometimes
rarely ever is storybook ending.
Right.
Sometimes
Like
just a
you
thud.
don't get to pick the ending a lot of times.
Yep.
It picks you.
Yep. It's
and
a thud.
If you can't get in that mindset that you were in when you were hungry, broke, whatever, like I used to say all the time, I got it from my dad and then also from Rick Pitino. You got to be in that PhD, poor, hungry, driven mentality to go get punched and kicked and all that other crap that you got to do. Is this a good fight, P-Roll?
The co-main of Lopez Ortega is awesome. I mean, Brian Ortega against Lopez is that's an awesome fight. I mean, that's an up-and-coming young guy in Lopez that people want to see and think he's got a chance to do some big things in the octagon. Ortega is Ortega. I mean, he's unbelievable. But I'm really, really curious to see how the public responds to this, because there are fights further down the card. The card's pretty good, but I think the public is going to go like some guy. I saw a guy, his tweet went viral. He paid $27,000 for octagon side seats for Conor.
One seat?
Two.
Two pair was 27 dimes?
$27,000 to sit octagon side. And so he's asking the UFC, so what do I do now? Like, I don't want to watch. I wouldn't have paid $27,000 to watch this main event. Now in Nevada, I think you can get refunded if the main event changes. I think you're allowed to do that. So my guess is he'll get his money back, but there's a lot of people who are really angry about this. Like they were expecting to come in to watch Conor, and now they're watching a good card, not an elite, great, historic. Conor's back, 3-year hiatus. Nobody in combat sports has ever snapped their leg like Conor and come back and fought again.
Oh my.
No one's ever done it. So like Conor saying, I'm the one, I'm the first 2-time champ. I'm going to defy the odds again. But he's 36 years old and people were like, I want to watch and see. So they were paying the biggest gate in the history of the UFC, history of Nevada, biggest gate ever for this fight, for this card. It was going to be, the whole week was going to be unbelievable. International Fight Week, UFC X, everything that was going on. And now it's all kind of like, it's good, but it's not what I thought it was going to wind up being.
Right.
And that, I think, is a big problem for the UFC.
Oh, I'm bummed out.
Sucks. No debate. It absolutely sucks. And I hope we see him back doing other things, but I don't think we'll see him fighting ever again. All right. Game 4. Boston, Dallas. What do you make of the split line that some are +1 Boston, some are -1 Boston?
Some of them are waiting for the bet to flip it. I mean, the move is from -1 one side to -1 the other. Sometimes you sit pick, but there's no need to do that tonight. Like, I wouldn't be sitting pick right now. I would be getting -1, -1, -1, -1. Like, you just keep flipping it. As soon as you take the dog +1, you make them the favorite and let the other side take it. Hope the game don't fall 1. You think the game's going to fall 1 tonight? I don't. It's a dream. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. Books that have -1, they're letting them bet Dallas. Go ahead. I mean, you heard Matty. They needed Boston. I mean, they got books in Boston. And you could see the laugh and the giggle. I was thinking the same thing. We were talking to Butchie. I don't know, you need them 5 times all season. Do you need the Celtics? And you get to the biggest games and you need the Celtics. Great. I mean, if we were booking it, then we needed the Celtics tonight to be fine.
MGM's at 1.5. Who? Dallas?
Let's see. I don't have them on here. 1.5.
Dallas?
I don't know. Nikki, tell us. Dallas favored or Boston favored?
It is. Boston's +1.5. Holy crap.
Yeah, so somebody bet Dallas there. They bet Dallas in game 3. Same bag, guys.
I'm just saying, guys, if you're betting because of Scott Foster, please do not do this. Like, please do not do this.
He's the crew chief. That's good.
Do not bet this game based upon Scott Foster working this game. Okay, Dallas may win. It's not because of Scott Foster. Okay.
I don't think so.
No.
Some people will say it is.
Remember, Boston played game 4 against Indiana. Same game, same situation, on the road. Boston won going away. So Scott Foster can't do everything. He can't play the game for the opponent.
Can't make the shots.
No.
Somebody better make some shots.
Total is 211.5. I guess it did just move down to 210.5. It hadn't moved all morning. Is it down to 210.5?
Well, we were down a circuit. It was 210.5, and it is still 210.5 there. But it's 211 at other places. It's not going to move much. They're going to bet over. What's the mystery? They've done it now 3 games in a row. You just put it up. You make the total lower, make them, they really want to bet over. They just said it.
I love this. If KP plays, it's even better for the under. If he plays like real minutes, great for the under.
Right.
They'll play slower. Great defense at the rim.
I can't even believe it's a consideration that he's even remotely going to play.
Was Boston lying?
If you wake up today in Dallas and you put out and they go, hey, that big guy, Porzingis, he may play tonight. They just put it out. Oh, shit. Really? Oh, like that. So you put it in their head and think about it all day before we got to drive to the arena?
That's what I just think it's a way of playing mind games with Jason Kidd, who's been thoroughly outcoached by Joe Mazzulla. So I think
just add another thing to the plate.
Because they got smoked by, I think he's like, is that right? Is he a +45 with him on the court? It's something stupid with him on the court. Boston's been like ridiculous with him on the court. So like, if you're Jason Kidd, like you got to reevaluate everything. Because what if Boston was playing possum? I mean, what if they just fed Sham some crap information? So here you go. Report this. I mean, I wouldn't put it past anybody to give Woj or anybody a fake report on injury. Maybe he just turned his ankle. Maybe he just has like a little bump, a little bruise.
No, the way all those people talked about that injury, I mean,
but no one examined him. But no one has examined him. This is the thing. Nobody actually has seen the ankle and got an X-ray or an MRI to know. Only the medical staff. It's against HIPAA laws. Nobody knows the actual injury. It's all what's been reported. It's just what they float out there. They can tell them whatever they want.
I read that injury report that sounded like a bunch of gargly gook, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what does
Yeah,
that even mean?
Every
Somebody
doctor,
ask.
every doctor has said that it's extraordinarily rare to have this injury just because that part of the body is super strong. Like to have that tendon be displaced is really hard to do. Now he is a 7'3" dude, so maybe it's a little awkward because he's not a normal sized human being by any means. But like normally in the foot, it's a very rare injury to have.
Legs, those big guys' legs too. Sometimes when you see them up person, you're like, those look like stilts. Like are there muscles in there? I mean, they're thin. Those big guys' legs. I don't know. Ask the chat. Give them a poll. Put something up here real quick. Does the game go over or under? 211 is the total that we're going to use. I'm curious as to what the boys and girls think about the total. We did decide yesterday.
Everyone's going to say over.
You think so? I don't think so. We got people watching the show. We just said it went under. I'm interested to see what they're going to vote.
Dallas hasn't scored 100 points yet in the series.
Say it again.
Dallas hasn't scored 100 points yet in the series.
Why are they going to do it tonight?
Don't know. I mean, can Dallas win without a 40-point game from Luka?
I think we already know the answer to that question.
The answer's no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, if Dallas wins, Luka's going nuclear. He's going off, hitting everything.
Is it nuclear or nuclear?
Nuclear.
You say nuclear.
Nuclear.
All the time. It's nuclear. It's going nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. See, you add a syllable to that when you say it.
Nuclear.
You're going to be impossible to keep up with tonight. We'll have the Boston Celtics.
You're going to be ain't my fucking problem. They scheduled me, so good luck. Ain't my problem. You put me on knowing me, my name on this show, who I am. You put me on for 3.5 hours during Game 4. Not my problem. Not my fault. I'm just doing what I'm told. That's all I'm doing. Stacked
list of guests tonight.
I'm showing up so I don't get fined. That's all there is to it.
Just get us in and out of commercials, and then I'm going to be like, what did he say?
Yep. Look out. Will, if you have a drop button ready, get it ready for tonight.
Can't swear on the big network tonight. We'll never get off late night.
Late night. It's already late night. It's at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh, man.
Game tips at 8:30, right? 8:30 tip time Eastern tonight.
Yeah.
So you got a half-hour pregame show and then right into the everything else.
Right.
Yeah, the chat being open tonight will be interesting. And yes, you can be open. You can watch the game with us, Mike.
Yes.
You can watch everything that's happening. So it's going to be yeah, gonna get my bleep fired. I don't know, George Mason. I would say it's probably a minus 120 on the no, but it's not that high. It's not that big of a favorite.
You may get the rest of the month off.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I'm already taking 2 weeks off in July, so let me just go, hey Matt, why don't you start that vacation now? We'll see you in July.
See you at the end of July.
Good luck. See you later. We'll have this later. Question for you: where were you 26 years ago today?
26 years ago is what year? 1998?
6. Right? Or 98. Might be 98.
It's 2024. You and this math.
Hold on.
26 years ago would be 1998.
Okay. Let me make sure I got the date right. That's true. Let's see. It was June 14th, 1998. Yeah, yes, 1998. Where were you 26 years ago?
I believe I had come home from Curacao and I was in Pittsburgh. We had probably just stopped doing the handicapping service that I was working for the guy. And because he couldn't pick a baseball game and I was answering the customer service lines and they were like, you said you had a system. Yeah, it's not working. But bet the Bulls. That's what we need to do. Yeah, that's what we needed to do.
That is the last shot in the career of Michael Jordan.
Oh, what a night.
MJ's last shot. Clinching the second three-peat for the Chicago Bulls. Game-winning shot. Oh.
Hold on, you froze. Stop talking. Stay there. You brought that shot up, and now we cannot hear you. I know you're frozen. Snap your fingers. Come back. Are you good?
I'm good now.
Now I can hear you.
Byron Russell, Game 6 of the NBA Finals. It secured the second three-peat for the Chicago Bulls.
100% he pushed off. 100% he pushed off. There wasn't a foul, but he pushed off. That's fact.
Who are you, a Jazz fan?
I'm just saying it was a push off. He didn't push off. I mean, watch it over and over. That shot is beautiful. That's a great. I love those sports shots like that. But he pushed off. He hit his final shot. That's the dream, right? Well, that was his final shot in the finals. He went on to play for the Wizards.
Right. Final shot with the Bulls.
Yeah.
Last shot with the Bulls.
He was sick, the flu. I remember the guys at home were booking the games. It was like, he's Jordan's sick. They're betting the Jazz. Blah, 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 blah. What the hell are you talking about? It's the Bulls. Chance that was the closest they came, I think, to losing, right? In the finals.
6 games?
Jazz were good, man. Stockton, Malone, his uniforms. Oh.
Final shot is a Bull.
Yeah.
In the NBA Finals. He would go on to play for the Wizards. True. He'd retire and then come back and play for the Bull and play for the Wizards, but no one talks about that because we shouldn't.
Did you see what Utah? Did they really call their hockey team the hockey club?
No, it's a 1-year name while the vote goes on.
It's a 1-year name?
Good. I agree with it, Timmy. I agree.
Wouldn't get called in high school, Tim. What?
Agreed.
Is that the year TC got married? No. It might have been. Were we in state college for Tim Campbell's wedding?
98?
No. We might have been.
I was at home, but I was about to start my senior year in college in 1998, 99.
Yeah, I had done the Curacao, Dominican Republic stuff. I was back home in PA, traveling, trying to hustle, and then later I moved to Arizona in 99. That was a hell of a series. Yeah.
He says 97.
97 was the wedding up in State College. It was the only time I came home from Curacao.
Thanks
I said, I got this guy. I said, I love him like a brother, and I'm in the wedding. I got to go.
Thanks for the
Pooping in
visual.
diapers in 98?
Thanks for the visual, Nikki. Don't need that.
I mean, it's better than pooping not in diapers. I mean,
Fine.
if you're,
I was
a
in
little
college.
baby, I'd rather you poop in a diaper than not.
True.
It's fun to reminisce about that.
It is.
98. What, pooping in diapers? No. But like, we were rolling in 98. That was a hell of a summer. Whew.
I was my junior to senior year. What did I do my junior and senior year of college? Oh, I know. I was in. No, that was my freshman and sophomore year. What was I doing that summer? I can't remember what I was doing that summer because I interned for WFNX in 96. What did I do in 97, 98? I had to have worked somewhere in media that summer. I just forget what I was doing.
Surprisingly, or not surprisingly.
You know what? I stayed at UMass. That's right. I didn't go home. I stayed at school. I didn't go home that summer.
Summer session.
I didn't go home that year. That's right.
Things go on in that summer session. See?
Yeah, I didn't go home. I stayed at because we had the apartment for our junior year, and then we stayed it for our senior year, and there was nobody in it, so there was no point in going home.
Nope.
So we just stayed home. We just stayed there for the summer. That's right. In 98, that was a lot of fun.
Were you 21?
Yep. Yeah, I turned 21 in April of that year. That was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. That was fun. That was a fun summer.
That's
I forgot
why
about
it's a little
that.
foggy.
Yeah,
hard to remember.
that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun summer when I stayed in 98. I was in Amherst, Mass. I ate a lot of food out that summer. I didn't cook much at all. I think I ate like every meal out somewhere. There was no food in the house ever. All right, guys, listen, we're going to do some baseball here. There's 3 games we're going to talk about, and then it's roll call Friday. So you can start to get ready to go here.
Don't put the numbers in yet. In a couple minutes here, we're going to need 3-digit area codes, where you're watching the show from. We can run it through, dab the map, hit the like button, all that stuff. We went over last Friday on the number of likes. We fell short a little bit on the number of states that checked in.
Right.
Might have missed a couple, but you guys watching on the replay, if you catch it, type it, a comment when you watch it on the replay, 3-digit area code, city, state where you're watching from.
It's going to be fun today to go ahead and do a little roll call Friday to to dab the map. What's the number today?
Number of states today, summer, Boston, dominating the scene. I think it's about 34.5.
Oh, I like it. It's a good number.
Yeah.
It's a good number. Speaking of Boston.
Yeah.
Red Sox, Yankees tonight.
So seriously, like, isn't it enough that the Celtics are going to win the championship? That now this weekend, like, the Yankees and the Red Sox are going to dominate the talk in baseball.
Because, the Red Sox are 2 games out of the third wild card spot, right? They're right there. They're 35 and 34. They're 1 game over 500. They have a 35 plus run differential right now. They're at home. They're 3 games under 500 at Fenway Park. That does not happen for the Boston Red Sox. They're going to get hot at home. At some point, this team's going to get hot at home.
So bad.
Like, just saying. It's a cheap price on the Yankees, though, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Yankees to the side?
And, well, no, not really cheap. They're on the road. They're minus 150.
Yeah, but the Red Sox are under 500 at home, and the pitching matchup favors New York.
Yeah. Heel and Bello. G-I-L. I like to say Gil.
Bayo.
Bayo?
Bello. No, Bayo.
Bayo.
Brian Bayo.
Buddy's going to the game tonight. Chef B said is from Long Island.
I mean, it's a pretty. Bayo's not been good this year.
So they're going to be. Oh wait, it's a 3:30 start. They moved the time of the game
for basketball. Yep.
Oh, I got to give Boston credit. That's a good move. Let's go to the Red Sox game and then let's go blow it out. All the bars. Watch the Celtics win it. And start planning that duck boat bullshit and everything else. Oh, my God. Go Yankees.
We'll see. 2-0 Cardinals, by the way, top 9 against the Cubs. So looks like they're going to get their win in game 1 of that series for Cardinals. Yep, Cardinals
went off of small dogs tonight.
Orioles, small home favorites against the Phillies. Total is 7.
It's just fascinating. And, again, we got to see Martin, big business down at the book. And, he's a baseball guy and he's all about the Texas Rangers and all that other stuff. But he looked up at the board and said, Dave, explain this to me. I said, it's really hard to make a team favorite on the road, especially against another good team. He's like, but it's Suarez. You've been on Suarez all season. Bet him every time he pitches. It's been great. He's won every game except one. And, he's coming off the London start. He pitched good over there. The start before that, he did get beat up. I don't know. This is, again, the cross-league matchups are very difficult. I don't know if either one of these guys have been seen by the other team. I don't know if Bradish has ever pitched against the Phillies without looking. I don't know if Suarez has ever pitched against the Orioles in this current structure. This feels like a 7 in Baltimore with these lineups. Now, I know you got to get over with the Phillies team total, and the Phillies team total over is probably better than the game over. But this one screams Phillies and over to me.
Last road start for Ranger Suarez, it was against the Rockies. He went 6, gave up 4 earned runs, 5 runs in total, 3 hits, 100 pitches, 9 Ks, 4 walks. That's why the number is what the number is. Because his 2 previous home starts after he lost that game, he went against St. Louis. He only pitched 2/3. He got hit in the hand. You remember that when he got the line drive off his hand? And then he came back and pitched against the Mets in London, 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. It's very good.
And he pitched good over there.
Yep.
After getting hit in the hand. We were on with me, you, and Ranieri. We were on when he got hit in the hand. We talked about the Phillies. I like Phillies. But Baltimore's arguably one of the best teams in baseball. I don't think that's a question.
And they're amazing as dogs.
Versus the Orioles. Thank you, SoCal DGen. Bradish is 0-1 versus the Phillies.
It's tough. You can't make them dogs because the Orioles as dogs are unbelievable.
Can't make the Orioles a home dog against anybody right now.
Yeah.
Including the Yankees.
Bradish, his last 5 starts, 0 earned runs, 5, 0, 1, 2. So 1 bad start against the Rays at home where he only lasted 2 2/3 innings worth of work, got yanked, but then came back against the Rays and blanked them for 6 innings.
One of the first times I went on MLB Network, Bradish was pitching for the Orioles, and I had done the research, and I went on the show and said, Orioles, Bradish, they were dogs. Like, because a lot of times kids will get put in a starting lineup and pitching and all this other stuff, and the odds makers are like, they won't even glance at it. It's just kind of robotic. You make the number and you put it up, and you're like, oh, first-time starter, and he pitched really well. So get kind of a soft spot for Bradish. You can look at it two ways. It's a short number on the Orioles at home, but it's a really good team against the Phillies. Or there's tremendous value on the Phillies at plus money because you don't get it that often.
By the way, there's a good shot that Scotty Scheffler's going to miss the cut.
Good for books.
You kidding me? That's a clear the table. That's a clear the table. Projected cut is 4 over par. So that's great news, but not great news for Tiger, who was at 4 over par and he's now at 5 over. Tiger is playing the back, trying to make the cut. So high drama for the afternoon for Tiger Woods. He's on the 12th at the moment. He's 1 over par for the day. If he shoots even par, Tiger makes the cut.
Whew.
So he's got to get on his horse.
Father's Day weekend, they want Tiger to make the cut.
Hell yeah, they do. Scheffler's 5 over. He's done. He's probably not making the cut. Unless the cut goes to 5 over, Scotty Scheffler will not make the weekend.
Wow.
Yep. So he's toast. Max Homa
Hell of a
6
baseball
over.
game, by the way, going on in the college baseball.
2-2.
North Carolina 2-2
UNC
after 7.
UNC just tied it up. It was 2-1, and now they just tied it up.
Hell
So
of a baseball game.
Finally, Dodgers Royals. Reagan's on the road.
Oh.
Good pitching matchup. Good game.
JC from KC just came in with a tremendous stat. This is the Kansas City Royals portion of the show for you, sir. Did you know that yesterday the Royals won their 40th game in 2024? And last year they didn't win their 40th game until August? Thank you, JC from KC. That's a very good factoid, and that's what you guys can do if you're listening to the show. You want to watch the live show, throw it in there. I love stuff like that. I'll read it. We might use that tonight on the grid. All of that being said, Stone minus 150. What? 7.5's the total. Reagan's on the road. We got to check the lefty righty splits for the Dodgers. How have they done successful, not successful against lefties? Because if you can neutralize Freddie Freeman, maybe the Royals win.
Dodgers batting average against lefties, they've killed them. They're 279 batting average. That's better than righties, where it's 247. OPS of 807. That's 760 against righties. Dodgers kill left-handed pitching.
Forget everything I just said. Dodgers. Sorry, JC. I was trying to make a case.
They have a better OPS, a better slugging, a better on-base percentage, a better average, all against lefties.
I like to use baseballreference.com when I look at that stuff. I'll do the work between now and us going on Sports Grid. We'll have a much better feel for it. What's your first thought on that game?
Under.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was leaning over. Huh. All right. So you had 8. Wow, 7.5 now.
4-2 final.
Whew.
Not betting it though. Not betting it, but I
While we finish up the talk of this game, boys and girls, put your 3-digit area code right now in the chat. Any other comments you like? You want to shout somebody out, do that. You can leave a super chat. Hit that button on the right. Leave a super chat, different colors, different things, because we got the Celtics on the cusp of their 18th championship ever. And
if Boston wins tonight, they will have only lost 18 games all year.
Damn.
All year.
82 regular season games, and then how many playoff games?
There's only one team that's been better than the Boston Celtics of 2024 for Celtics teams. Do you know who that is?
The one with Kuzi?
86 Celtics.
That team was damn good.
In the conversation for the greatest team of all time. 86 Celtics.
But the path. Don't forget about the path.
The
path was too easy.
Such a dumb argument. It's just such a dumb argument.
Path.
I have this. Somebody, this is awesome. Somebody compiled the list of receipts for everybody that picked against the Celtics. Like, it's truly epic. The number of people like Shaquille O'Neal, Mavs,
Yep.
Drake, Mavs, Draymond Green, Mavs in 6. Let's see who else. Jason McIntyre, Mavs in 6. Jeff Schwartz, Mavs. Nick Wright, Mavs in 5. Chris Broussard, Mavs in 6. He's just going down the list of people that picked against Boston. Fans are coming for their fucking throats. It's great.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
it's going to be really.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, that's good.
Ready?
All right, scroll back here to let's see. I got Kyle Meyer. No, the _ Adam. Nope.
No, BP. BP.
Oh,
We're starting with my Boston guy. BP. Venice, Florida.
PB gets the first call up. Shout out. 941 Venice, Florida. 87 feels like 96. Cloudy. Thunder. How about them Celtics? Happy Father's Day, guys, to all the dads out there. Celebrate tonight, you and Mrs. Enjoy. Good to see you, sir. CBW, hold it down in the 315 Oswego, New York, 67 sunny, 0 humidity degrees.
Do you want me to put them? Do you want me to just put it on screen like before?
Just,
you can just read?
I'm looking right at it. You keep coming like
Yep.
that. Won't miss none of them. Perfect. _ the Adam. What? What did I say now?
Go. Just go.
Put them up on the screen. I won't miss none of them. What did I say?
No, you said just go ahead. Keep going.
How I said it? Put them up.
Just keep going.
Kyle Meyer, 541, Eugene, Oregon. What the hell did I say?
Nothing.
Fish Killer, 73, 540, Roanoke, Virginia, 89 degrees. Gonna go see round 3 tomorrow on the way down to the beach. How about that? Pop in, take a picture. Damn, I wish Fish Killer had a BVB hat.
Seriously, right?
That would be perfect. Take it at we saw Claire Chick doing it at Detroit yesterday. Anybody nearby, take it at the golf course. George Mason, 902, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Canada, 86 degrees, best day of the year so far. Sonic, the Wrench. Unbelievable work, sir. 602, Phoenix.
Did you see his Roll Call Friday video today?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I've been running around all over the place, bro.
Dude,
was that the thing with the Memorex?
Yes. And I had that Memorex, that actual poster for like 5 years in my apartments. That was crazy.
I only saw the beginning because I was driving and I was like, I can't watch this because I didn't know how long it was.
Yeah.
But thank you again so much for everything that you do in the videos and things like that. Get on the Twitter, follow him.
It's a work of art.
It's unbelievable. I can't wait to watch it after the show because we got to go and get meeting another Brigade proxy person. TP, are you with me? Question mark 206. Go Mariners. They better keep going because they go worry about that division. Daniel G, my man, 989, Saginaw, Michigan. Shout out to all the dads. Love you guys. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Also, my stepdad's B-Day. Happy birthday, Pops. Stepdad Daniel G, thank you, sir, for being here. Let them know to watch the show. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the way out. Ron Sean, 703 Centerville, Virginia, 88 degrees over there. Doing good job. Rosie, I love this. I want to feel like I should hold up my thing like I'm talking. 415, yay, area. Where's 415? Oh, that's Northern
Bay Area.
Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Montgomery, 215, Philly Burbs, Boston. Oh, yeah, I feel that. I felt that right there. I felt that. Scott Bartholomew, my man, 907, Ketchikan, Alaska, here every single week up there doing the thing right here. Timmy Campbell, TC, 814, Blairsville, PA, somewhere in the middle of PA in that area. Chef B, Chef Benny, I love this avatar holding. Happy Father's Day.
His first one.
You,
phenomenal.
Congratulations.
That's great.
401, little roadie. Who's going to win? The Celtics going to win. Why? Because the Celtics are the Bulls, and there's no other reason why. That's tremendous. Love you, bro. JPC the fourth. 313 Detroit. We got to keep that hat crispy, clean. Thank you for posting that picture yesterday. Love it. We're going to get you another one. AOWN 319, Independence, Iowa. Let's go, Matsuyama. Is he coming on? Matsuyama? Something to root for. AOWN. I like it. Deuce Daily, the dogs with the hats. look just as good. Love the avatar. 978 Lowell, Massachusetts. Keep them coming, boys. There's our guy, one of our guys, many guys down in Australia, Timmy Cooley-Ross, 2000, Sydney, Australia. He's watching us in the middle of the night. Love you, bro. Mike Parsons, 508. Where's 508, Pete Ralt? Massachusetts?
Boston.
Where?
Boston. Outside. 617 508. 617 is inside. 508 is outside. 978 is outside out.
They're all coming. They're all coming. Congratulations. Hope you win it tonight. JC from KC, 216, Cleveland, Ohio, 78 degrees. Looking good, feeling good. SoCal DGen 951, Riverside, California, 88 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. LFG Celtics, turning even LA guys, Laker guys into Celtics fans. How's this happening? Latest scrimmage, 905, Newcastle, Ontario, 25 degrees Celsius / 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Just back from the 510 Oakland, California. Had to make a pilgrimage to the Coliseum before it was too late. I did the same thing, Linus. Send you a DM or something. I'd like to hear what you thought. Maybe we can get you on the show in the summer because we're going to take guests and things, requests, talk about baseball, bro, because after tonight, ain't going to be no basketball to talk about. Kevin Whitrock, 319, Iowa City, 84 and sunny. Looking good, sir. Thank you for being here, as always. Ryan Andrew Fletcher, 703, Annandale, Virginia, 88 degrees, pool bound. Cheers. Thank you for the comment on the YouTube. I answered back. Love you too, bro. Thank you very much. John, 724. That's John. GBG.PA. That's Greensburg, Pennsylvania. For those of you that don't know, just outside of Pittsburgh, PA. Shade 724, working in the 412 Forest Hills, Pennsylvania. Let's go, Buccos. Yeah, let's go, Buccos. Keep it going. Santana, 928, Yuma, Arizona. Blazing sunny, 107. That might set the high today for temperatures check-in on the Roll Call Friday. Nicky Ciramello, love you, bro. 520, Tucson, Arizona, where it's 101 degrees currently. Always forward, never straight. Appreciate you guys. I almost ended up in Tucson, Arizona to meet a guy about a thing and pick up a car because my guy bought a car down in Tucson. I was going to text you and say, meet me, let's go eat breakfast. Joe the Fat Panda. Well, no, listen, I got to find out if he got the car. Otherwise, I may tell you one day next week. We may have to do the show early because I got to go. I don't even want to tell you the story right now. We're in the middle of Roll Call Friday.
That's fine.
Crazy. Joe the Fat Panda. Go back one. 912 Savannah, Georgia. What Joe the Fat Panda doing down in the GA? How about that? He's over usually in the Colorado area. Geo to Wap. 949 Seal Beach, California. Happy Roll Call Friday to all. He was in the bar yesterday at the joint with a whole bunch of people, including little Lucan, basketball player, baseball player, little baller, watching the show. They had a whole bar, 2 TVs,
it's cool.
About 20 people watching us, setting up a little future trip to the joint. We're going to go over there and do a show from the beach. Call me Jared. 330 Youngstown, Ohio. A beautiful 81 degrees and sunny. Beautiful night for a final sweep. Right there. Speak the truth. Leap the path. Got me, Parsons. You got me. Leap the path. Put that on a t-shirt. We might have to get those to the printing press after, get them to Chef B out in Dick's in Massachusetts. Corey Macbeth, 402, Omaha, Nebraska. Is that man cutting grass? Ooh,
well, no, he's a skydiver. That's his parachute.
Oh, he just got off jumping off.
But the baseball, he's at the baseball for Omaha. It's cool. That's a cool avatar.
Love that.
Little
Leg Show Magazine. This picture gets me every time. It gets me very distracted. The Leg Show Magazine avatar 702. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
How about this? This is wild.
This is Jim
Geo the Wop.
What?
I'm the class of 95 from Andover, Mass. He's class of 93 from North Andover. He knows Geo the Wop. How does that go?
Are you kidding me?
That's
unbelievable. Jim Belial, 310 Seal Beach via North Andover, class of 93, introduced to the show by Geo the Wop and listening loud and clear. Love that.
It's tremendous.
That is fantastic.
It's tremendous.
Andover. The series is
over
tonight. I got to get that shit printed. I'd love that. Nick Tom, 718, Brooklyn, New York. Put But the Path on the Larry O'Brien. But the Path. Oh, I love it.
By the way,
100 times.
He's in Buzzards Bay, which is right outside, right by Cape Cod, where I'm headed for the 4th of July. So
it's a place called Buzzards Bay.
Oh yeah, big, like it's the armpit type of thing. Like if that's, it's like here.
Oh,
but
okay.
Buzzards Bay, on you know how Mass is. That's the
Cape. All right,
Buzzards Bay.
Buzzards Bay. All right. Well, thank you, Mikey Parsons. Appreciate you, sir. The Juice 602 Phoenix, steamy 101 degrees and climbing. Lock up over 5Ks for Hunter Brown Celtics in 5. Listen, you can hold on to those tickets. You might have to put them in the CLV cans after tonight if they sweep, but Celtics in 5 is a lock if it don't happen.
Whoa,
tonight.
we're gambling. Look at this little Connecticut action. We're
Hey,
gambling.
Joseph Juber, Double J's, 860 Preston, Connecticut. We need Connecticut the list. We may go over the total because Connecticut always gets missed because you besmirch Connecticut every single day on the show.
Join New York.
Thank you for being here.
49 states. Just join New York.
How about this? Vinny Konowinski, 260 Fort Wayne. Little League Baseball playoffs this weekend. Get the boys ready. I forget the name of the team, but it's a funeral home buried in competition. Get them going, Vinny. Ryan Coote, 660 Tipton, Missouri. Last week we were big in the land of the Ozarks. Everybody was going to that party you keep talking about, the Central
Party Cove. Yep.
Yeah. SoCal DJ 951 Riverside, California, 88 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. Head to the BVBshow.com. Join the BVB Discord and LFG Celtics. Thank you for providing the copy and the read right there and for all the work you do for the website. Appreciate the hell out of you, sir. I got to get that hat done. Promise done. Dawn-Farrow. 928 Yuma, Arizona, 105 sunny, playing co-ed softball in his damn heat. I love it. I'm with you. I love it.
You do?
Heat it up. Oh,
that's
yeah,
hot.
Go outside and play softball.
That's hot.
Right? Yeah, it ain't that hot. Come on. Dean Weezy, my man. Love you, bro. 704 Ishville, 90 degrees and sunny. He's in North Carolina. Hopefully enjoying, that weather. And I promise you I'm going to get to work on the hats this weekend. I got things to do. David, my guy. This guy's up in 920 Green Bay, Wisconsin. He had his wife print the shirts. He works in a sports book. 72 degrees now, 95 degrees on Monday. Happy Father's Day to you both. Thank you, sir. Tell the boys we said hello. Working on getting a trip up there. This Green Bay thing's going to be real. Mikey Awesome, my man, checked in from London at the Isle of Man motorcycle race before last week. That was fantastic. Great to see you, sir, here in the chat. 757 ODU Brigadeville. Sorry, no Roll Call Friday video today. You never have to apologize. Hashtag BVB Brigade. Mikey, you don't have to apologize for nothing. Thank you for being here. Jordan, 1-star Gore of 702 Las Vegas. Happy Father's Day to all. Love it. Boy, oh boy. John Serrett, 2 T's at the end, 2 R's in the middle. 304 Oak Hill, West Virginia. Boys in West Virginia, get ready because there's talk of an appearance in West Virginia for that Penn State football
by
game.
you.
I know you ain't coming. I'll go myself. That's fine. I'll have people there. We'll do the show. I'll be there. You'll be here. Whatever we got to do.
We'll talk about that later. Different conversation for later.
385 Croatia. Here's a young guy. Look at how good Vinko Martinsevich looks in his avatar. If you ain't watching on the video, go find the YouTube channel at Boston vs. the Book and see Vinko because he checks in from Croatia every single day. Daniel Abanal. I think that's how you say it. Look at that picture. My man with the cap and gown. You look fantastic, sir. Thank you for being here in the 617 Quincy, Mass. Call me Jared is back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
that's twice.
Degrees, beautiful night for a sweep. Jared loves the show. Keep saying it. Butchie the Bookie. You know who and you know where. If this Butchie actually gets out of that joint for a little while, we get together, it's all over. We got to get the Butchie on the show.
Vinko says he's not that young anymore.
Wow. All right. That's all right, Vinko. You look great in that picture.
You do.
Probably look just as good now, too.
You do. We can run some super chats because they're all clean, so we could do this before we let go.
That's good. Get them up on the screen so they can go on the YouTube and the Sports Grid on the night show. Perfect.
He said the Celtics starts at 8:30. I'll have to stop drinking around 7 so I can drive to the store and buy the championship hat.
Got to make the plans around buying the merch. It's fantastic. I love it.
Call me Jersey. Blood running out of his ears. Sorry, we apologize for that. See, JPC said Happy Father's Day, Phil. I'm sure we'll get to sleep in, but at least I'll get a card, maybe some socks. Every father can really relate to that,
right?
But Chef Benny came back and Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, fellas, and to all the dads in the brigade. Hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll text you if you need a hat tonight. BVB for life. SHIFT.
Shift on that. Time for Bet It or Book It. It's kind of wow. We got the whole show in here. It's good.
Boom.
Let's rip through some props. Hauser over 1.5 threes plus 105.
Contingent on Porzingis not playing?
Correct. Real minutes. Like if he's just going to be a decoy, I need him like warming up, like looking like he's going to play. But I bet it already. So
he ain't playing. I'd say bet it.
Agreed. Under 9.5 rebounds for Tatum. He's going to be a scorer tonight, not a rebounder.
You think so?
Only gone on this over once in the series so far.
It's only 3 games.
Okay. It's 2-1 to the under.
What's the juice?
Minus 110.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right? Oh, no. Sorry. Sorry. Plus 105. Sorry.
Okay.
Plus
yeah.
money.
I like
plus
over.
Money. Plus
I like
money.
over. I think he gets 10. The rebounds number, he may get a triple-double tonight.
Luka over 3.5 threes.
Got to be. What else are you going to bet?
Right. He's going to bomb it. That was only minus 122 last night. And then Kyrie under 24.5 points.
I think book this one too.
You like Kyrie big?
I just think it's stars night. Like if it's a last hurrah. I mean, he's going to go out chucking it and trying and everything else. If Boston shuts him down, I shut him down. But I would bet this over.
Okay. Under 211.5.
Yes. Stop, please. What are we? What are we talking about here?
I'm trying something. Okay. I'm going to try to thread the needle with 3 bets.
Oh God, what are you doing?
Under 211.5.
Okay.
Boston team total over 105.5. They've scored 105, 106, and 107 in the series so far.
Did you ever do needlepoint or crochet or anything? Like, what are you trying to thread a needle?
I look like a crochet guy. Okay, sure.
Listen, you've got a lot of talents on the side. I'm learning about all this things.
Well, it ain't crochet.
Look, yeah, I used to do it with my grandmother. She tried to teach me. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't sit here and do this. I tried. No. Boston team total over, but the game under. No. I would book this one. But this is hard. You're going to go over this, but under the
110. Final score prediction is 108.95.
Good with the math. That adds up. That gets you right where you need to be. And a comfortable cover.
In Boston money line.
Bro, come on. This is what if you want to bet Dallas, go ahead and do it on your own. If you want to watch the show and we'll be on again, Sports Grid, we'll be talking. I don't want nothing to do with Dallas tonight. That's all you. Bet it. Boston 4. In 4. That kid knew when he told Luka, thank you for the autograph. Boston in 4. Peace out.
2 things to watch. The 211.5. I middled this last time. Okay. Watch it for it to drop. Okay.
That's an industry term for the wives and the girlfriends that are listening. Matt middled something. That's good. Yes.
So if it gets to the target number is 201. Okay. For the total, it gets down to 201. You have a 10-point middle. Go ahead and fire on the over.
Okay.
Same thing with Boston at plus money. I got Boston plus 8 in game 3. Look for over 2 possessions plus for Boston. Boston plus 6, Boston plus 7, Boston plus 8, somewhere in that range to come in and fire at plus money to come off the hedge. So if Boston wins, you hit both bets, or it comes off. If Dallas wins, I don't think Dallas wins by more than 4 or 5 points.
You know what? I feel like my head is about to explode, and to clear it, I need something to just clear my head.
I'm not playing the stinger for a third time.
One more time. We need 3 times for the people. Just hit it one more time before we get out of here.
We're playing a different stinger. The stinger is for bonus time because if you guys are with us, stick around. If you're watching on Sports Grid, listening on Sirius XM, thank you very much. Have a phenomenal weekend. Monday should be fun. Watch us on Sports Grid on the replay. Go back and watch it if you can find it somewhere because if Boston wins, I'm going to be on a whole different plane. Stick around. More to come with bonus time. There's your There's your stinger.
That was good. We had to get that done.
And now we
You know what else?
That was just to get you.
Nikki, he got me. I jumped.
That was just to get you because you weren't ready for it. So
I was not. You got me. You actually got me a little jump scare. Like
So.
the kids say. That was good. I'm jacking up and down now.
Favorite thing about today is what?
One, meeting Martin and Big Business and the wife and his partner in the contest and everything like this. And then the hug from Pharrell and Mafia and seeing them. We're going we're going to finish the show, close it up, and get down to Circa to meet someone else signing up for the Brigade proxy service. All of this is being done on a special weekend of Father's Day. And last night, I was dead tired. I mean, dead tired at the end of the night. And the kids said to me, we want to go see a movie at 10:30. And I'm like, oh. And Jessica immediately kiboshed it and said, you're not going to see a movie unless Daddy goes.
Oh, there you
I
go.
was like, what? I was going to go to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. I got to meet people. I got roll call Friday. Me and P. Roll are doing 4 hours on the grid. I'm like, how the hell did I get volunteered for this? And the kids really wanted to go. And I thought, how many more times as these kids get older are they going to ask me to go? And they're like, Daddy, will you go with us? Because we want to go. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I bundled up. It's freezing in the movie theater. I had a hoodie on. I put sweatpants on, and I brought a beanie because it's so damn cold in there. But we were watching a movie, and it reminded me again, as dads, as men, we have to live for other people. You have to live for each other and your loved ones, but also good friends and things are so important. And cherish the time you get with them and with each other. We do it every day on this show. Men's health is so important. And there's so many things that everybody's going through. I was exhausted. I didn't necessarily know if I wanted to see Inside Out 2, but that's what they wanted to see.
It's good?
It's excellent.
Good.
It's excellent.
Looks
Go
like
see it. If you got kids that want to see it, it's not a kid's movie again. You'll see through all of it.
Right.
But it's deep. It's good. And there's going to be more. I can tell you that. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it ain't over. The series tonight is over. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Tell your dad, if he's still around, if he's not, think good thoughts of, a dad that took care of you, did stuff for you. It's a big weekend. Enjoy the golf. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy us on Sports Grid later. Favorite thing about today.
Just to kind of dovetail off of that, I actually don't like the term Father's Day because there's a difference between a male and a man and a father and a dad. Anybody can father a kid. Okay. Anybody, you got the working parts. You can father a kid.
Yeah.
A dad is someone who chooses to be a life coach, who chooses to be with you. And there's so many dads I have met in my life who aren't the father of the kid that they're raising. And I feel not badly for those fathers, but I feel like oftentimes if you don't have a kid of your own, that you somehow feel like this isn't your day, that you're not being honored, because the term father to me speaks of biology versus dad. So I wish it was called Dad's Day, because I think it's more important about you choose to help a child, boy or girl, live their life to their fullest, where you're trying to be their coach, trying to help them live the best life, to live up to their potential, whatever potential that might be, the potential you see in your kid. So if you're somebody with a dad in your life, whether it be a father or a dad, that Sunday is for you, is for them. Or if you're in that role, know that we're thinking of you as much as we are everybody else, because you're trying to do something that some other person couldn't do, didn't want to do, or couldn't do. One of the two, either or. Everyone's story is unique, but the day is yours. Honor it, appreciate it. I changed when Madeline was born. I was changed instantaneously. I am a different person, and I thank her she has no idea why the fuck I say it, but I thank her all the time, because she saved me from the life of people who are my age, who don't have kids. And I see the hole that they've got, and they fill it in a variety of ways. People find different ways of filling that hole. But there is just something of that nature that I thought for a long time, I don't fucking want kids. I don't want to be a dad. You know, I don't want to be a dad. And then I had a kid and I went, if I didn't do this, Jesus Christ, who the fuck would I be today? I would be a self-centered prick even more than I am now. And it would be tough. I'd be a definite two. And yes, absolutely the juice. It's for stepdads, 100%. Yes. Iran Sean, yes. It's for all dads, not biological dads.
No.
It's people who are choosing to spend time with someone to help them become the better person that they can be, who they can be, live up to their top potential. So happy Father's Day, everybody. Enjoy the golf. Let's see what happens. It's not going to be Scotty. He's not playing the weekend. So if you bet the field, congratulations. Right. It's a great bet. Scheffler's not going to go and dominate like we thought he was going to.
Nope.
We're back later tonight on Sports Grid. Hope
chat will be open.
Chat will be open. It should be a fun night. Dave, Matt, happy Father's Day. Back on Monday for BBB.